Hey, what's going on? I'm going to teach you how to play Blood Rage. Alright, on your player map, you've got Rage, Axes, and Horns. Those are things that you upgrade throughout the game. Rage is like a currency. It helps you take actions. Axes gives you glory for every battle. So the higher your axes are, the more glory you get for winning battles. And Horns is how many figures you can have on the map at a time. At the beginning of the game, you start with 6 Rage. And that's how basically you're going to take your actions. So you've got 5 different actions you can take. You can invade, you can march, you can upgrade, you can do a quest, or you can pillage. The first one, invade, basically just put a figure on the map anywhere you want on the outskirts. I can't do them in these spots because 3 spaces are destroyed from the beginning of the game with the 2-player map. So I can actually move my leader out on the battlefield for free. That's his special ability. So it doesn't take any rage. So I can go ahead and put on there. And then that's the next player's turn. So the next action that you can take is march. It's pretty simple. I can just move a character from one spot to another spot. And I can move as many figures from one province to another. If you notice these little towns, those are your capacity of units. You got to put your unit on it. And that shows how many units can go in that one spot. So for example, if I move him there, it'll cost me 1 rage. So my rage goes down to 5. I can also upgrade. So if I had a hand, I can choose to use an upgrade. For example, I can do a hero upgrade called Lord of Hammers. It costs me 3 rage to upgrade. It says if you successfully pillage with your leader, you may move him to an adjacent province, which is pretty nice. So I can, for an action, go ahead and put that on my leader on top of the invades for free, and then spend 3 rage, 1, 2, 3, to do that. Another thing I can do is a quest. I can put a quest card on my player map. That takes an action. Basically, it says I'm going to try to complete this quests. There's lots of different kind of quests. One is like have the most combat strength in like one province or one area. So province is like this gray area, blue or yellow. So if I were to have 2 units here, and the enemy, player 2, had 1 unit there, then I would have more SDR. I would actually have 4 against 1 because my leader is 3. The last thing you can do is pillage. It's basically attack the province and plunder it. The reason to do this is either to attack the enemy or to take the rewards. So these little icons right here represent your different tracks on your player mat. It's rage, axes, and horns again. Taking that and pillaging it successfully will upgrade those spots. So you can start with more rage, or you can gain more glory per battle, or you can have more figures on the map at a time. So if I had a unit here, and player 2 had a unit here, and I decided to pillage, he can decide to move his unit into there, and then if I wanted to, I could move my unit into there when I decide to pillage. In that case, we start a battle, then we would play battle cards. It adds different combat values to it. The person with the most combat strength will win, and then everyone else who loses dies and goes to Valhalla. So when I was talking about the hands that you draw, every age you're going to draw from these decks, and the decks can be composed differently based on how many players that you're playing with. Beginning of the game, you're drawing these, and then at the end of this first age, which means when everyone has run out of rage, then you go to the end of the next round. When you have no rage, you can't take any more actions, even if an action takes no rage. So, at the end of the first rage, I take this piece and put it to its corresponding spot, and that place is destroyed. We can no longer go there. End of the second round, the same thing happens. This place goes to the end of the spot, it's destroyed, and then once this spot is taken, it's the end of the game. The person with the most glory at the end of the game wins. Blood Rage is 2 to 4 players. It takes an average of 60 to 90 minutes to complete. It's a very good take of strategy. It's one of our favorite recent purchases, and it was actually a Kickstarter campaign. Thank you for watching our video. If you like our content, click here to subscribe. To see more board game videos, click here. And if you would like, download our free-to-play and print game right here. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below.